Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Hypermine Vanilla Season 3. Here we are back at spawn, and we're going to be continuing work on our industrial furnace array today. All right, let's get started. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Last time we got the user interface here, if you will. We got this thing worked out, and I think we're doing pretty good. Now, the reason why it seemed that there was some confusion last week, it's because the area that I have for testing over in my creative testing world has this area as being 13 wide, and it is actually 15 wide. So it was over in my testing world that I decided to go with 15 across this wall and 15 across this wall because of what I had seen in there being 13 by 15. So that's why I might have been a little out of sorts. So we actually have one extra block on either side from my original plan. So we're going to live with it because I think 9 is a perfect number for what we're trying to do. The reason being is that we can fit 9 stacks right across each one of these lines in the output, and the input also. We're going to have 6 sets, right? 6 times 9 right there. Here in the output, we're going to have 3 times 9, but then we've got hoppers underneath, and I think we should be fine. We should be fine. We'll see if it ever becomes a problem. We'll just throw another chest on here right in the front, and that should take care of it. But last time I asked for your help, and you guys did great. Thank you so much for your suggestions. We're going to take a look at those real quick. So I asked specifically about this area. I think this is a weak part of the overall design. And so we had one suggestion to kind of turn, I believe it was to turn these the other direction. So we're going to try this. What I'm going to do right there. Okay, so that has the benefit that it is now hiding the block that was underneath this chiseled stone brick, but I don't like the fact that we're kind of throwing off the entire look there. So I'm not keen on that. I'm not sure exactly if that was the turning of the stair that you were quite thinking of, but that might have been it. It could have been up here as well. We'll try this. I don't know why it's not coming directly into my inventory, but that's fine. The other potential for turning the stairs right there, but I don't like how this block and that corner right there are on the same kind of plane. So I really want this brick to stick in like so, just to give a little bit more depth right there. So I think we're going to leave the stairs as is, but we're going to try a couple of different options right here, including maybe some dark prismarine. We'll see. We're going to try the ones that I don't think are going to work first, and then we'll go with the one that I do think. I don't like the stone brick there. I think that's a weak choice for the block, but we're going to put a prismarine brick there. Is that what that's called? Prismarine bricks. Okay. Well, it doesn't. See, we're not using prismarine bricks elsewhere in here. I think Hector might have used it in the the fountain over there, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not keen on that one. Okay, let's try dark prismarine. Let's see what that does. Again, we're not quite fitting in with the overall theme. Let's try the smooth or polished andesite. I think that's probably our best bet. Let's see if we can try one more thing. One more thing here. I've got some chiseled right there, but I'm going to put away the dark prismarine and the prismarine bricks. I'm not keen on those. I got to be honest. So let's come over here. What the prismarine is going to be doing is serving as an accent block. No, that's not a good choice right there. I think the strongest option right now is the polished andesite, and it seems really odd that I'm spending this much time kind of worrying about the block choice, but you know, this is going to be at spawn. Oh, I've already started messing around back there, so I'll have to put a polished andesite in once we're around back. But it seems odd that I'm spending that much time thinking about a particular block choice, but again, we are a spawn. This is going to be seen by a lot of people, both on streams and on people's videos. So I want to make sure that we're doing a good job here. So anyway, I think we're good. We're going to go with polished andesite for now. And, well, now it's time to turn our attention to what's going on back here. So we've got our input chest. I'm not sure which one's going to be, what's the word? The fuel, and which one's going to be the smeltables. We'll figure that out a little later, but for sure what we need to do is find some way of carrying items from each of these chests to a series of hoppers on and behind these furnaces. So maybe let's lay out how those are going to go. Well, you know what, we'll just do a couple of tests right here, a couple of options. All right, so we've got where the fuel is going to come in right here on the back, and then the smeltables are going to come in on the top, and we're going to run a minecart line across the top and across this. The reason we're doing that is because some of the other designs for these industrial furnace arrays have some weird mechanics you can do with locking hoppers at a certain time, and we just don't have the real estate for that, given that I want to make sure we've got easy access for users of the system to come in here and access these, and also easy to access input and output chests. So because of that, our overall user interface is kind of limiting us to what we can do for the mechanics. So we're going to be using minecarts, and hopefully I can work this out. Let's put this polished andesite right here, and I think we're done with that for now. Next order of business, we do need to put a hopper. What I want to do is kind of work this out with you on camera, and I'm just going to get to building it. And what we're going to be doing is a design by Nanorex MC. I think that's the channel name. I'm going to put a link to the description, or in the description box below, so you can take a look at that, because we do give credit where credit is due here on the Soap the Great channel. But I'm going to try and work this out with you on camera, and hopefully we're doing all right while I'm trying to do this. Okay, so we'll need some track here and here. Okay, and then we'll need some of this, and then as you've seen me do numerous times, we're going to be using the nether brick, because that's going to signal that, hey, Soap, you're close to some potentially damaging redstone around here, so let's make sure that you don't mess it up. Okay, and yeah, here we go. Now we need to get into some actual redstone mechanics. We're going to grab the comparator and the torch, and maybe we can get rid of the shovel, move the bow over here, and we're going to need well, we'll just see from here. For sure, a comparator there and a comparator there. And we'll keep the nether brick out because we will be running into that a whole lot. So, here we go. Redstone torch. And then we're going to go into this. How's this going to go? We've got, we need a sticky piston. We're going to do that. Is that, no, that's not supposed to go there. It goes back. So I'm trying to work this out based on Nanorex's design and from looking at what I've got in my testing world. So anyway, while I'm doing this, rather than trying to talk about what I'm doing, because then I'd be going into tutorial mode, we'll just try and work this out. Hopefully I don't get too confused. So, as I've been mentioning before, the reason why we did not do an entire project last episode, why we're splitting this across a couple of projects, is because, you know, we've got a fence going in, and that project is, well, we're progressing pretty well here at the Soap the Great household on that fence, and you're going to hear about that a little bit more. I've probably got probably maybe a month more on the thing. We still got to put some pickets up. My dad is coming this weekend, and yeah, I'm recording this the week of the release, so I'm not too far ahead of the overall scheduling here. But yeah, so this coming weekend is the Labor Day weekend here in the U.S. And so my dad and mom and potentially my sister and her daughter are coming for a visit. So I think that should be pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. And my dad is pretty much where I learned most of my woodworking, if you will. He used to do that as his job previously to what he, well, actually, a couple jobs ago. It's been quite some time since he's done it, but he enjoys getting out and working on different projects now and then. So I've usually been providing him projects to work on, which is, I don't know, maybe if you were to look at it, you might think that I'm just using my parents ill or something like that. But he really enjoys helping with these sorts of projects, and kind of scratches an itch for him. I don't know if that's the case with you. Do you have hobbies that you just like to do on occasion like that? Woodworking is becoming one of mine that I quite enjoy. And pardon me while I come over here and take a look at this in my testing world. So out of the back of who's it, what's it, out of this one we go a couple in and then we go up, and you can see I'm on the server currently with Run Wild. I'm not sure if he is streaming currently or if he is recording a video. There we go. Okay, that's fine. Then over here, what we're going to do is we're going to take out that. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm going into tutorial mode. It's the name of the game right now as we try and figure this out. We're going to do this and then a little dot of redstone. We'll leave that in regular mode, and then I need to bring in a lever. Do that, and that should be it. Let's just clear the chat there. All right, so what we've got here, I'm going to try and explain it a little bit, and then you can go take a look at the tutorial. And I would encourage you to. A lot of good stuff in there. It's not just this one. This is a smarter item unloader, but your needs may vary, and so there are simpler ones available. But what this one's going to do is check a couple of different things. One, we're going to see if we've got any items in here. We're going to see if we've got any items in the minecart, and then we're going to be checking a couple things. One, it's going to keep the minecart on until it's full, and once it is full, even if there are items in this hopper, it's going to send the minecart on, and then it's going to continue. It's going to leave this minecart on until this hopper is done. I mean, there's a few different things we're looking at here, but hopefully this should work. Let's see. What we'll do is maybe put together a test. Put on a hopper minecart. We want this one. And that should go. Let's see. Maybe put. We might need to power that hopper. No, I don't think that's going to be it. So all the items are done, but we're not quite. It's not quite what we need to be doing. Maybe we need to power. This one down here too. Let's try that. Oh, I see. Okay, so let's get this, and we'll put that minecart back on. Okay, so there's nothing in there right now. Put some polished andesite in. There we go. Okay, so that's at least dropping all those items into the minecart hopper. And that is one side. We're going to have to do the same thing over here, but rather than subject you to that on camera, I'm going to take care of that off camera. So let me get that, and I'll bring you back when we're ready for the the next step. I'm not sure what that's going to be, but we'll see once we come back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I come back and look who I find. I have not quite taken care of lighting up the place as I should have. Okay, let's see if we can get this guy. Okay, there we go. Let's put a light right there. What? Where would he have spawned? Where in the world? Here? Anyway, we got a light right there. I don't know what's going on right there. Anyway, that's the last thing you want to see in the midst of some fairly complicated redstone. Zombies, fine. Skeletons, fine. But creepers, no bueno. Okay, so what I did over here is I made a slight change. Okay, so it's the same design roughly, but we had to move things around a little bit in order to, and let's make sure we get that. Okay, we had to move things around a little bit so that we keep all of the redstone so where we can hide it. Okay, so this is going to be the wall right here as we continue this walkway on out that way, and we'll be able to put some, do I have any on me? Yeah. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do it with stairs regular. Okay, like that. And then we'll continue with this, this design right here with the log. We're going to continue that up right here. So we'll have like a three wide thing, pillar, 3 wide, pillar, all the way out until we get to some place where we can put a decent sized door. And I believe that this entrance is going to take the place of that one. I don't know if I'm going to continue this one simply because I would like to see some designs over here wherever I do put in a doorway. And if I push this wall back, we're going to be dipping into where we need to put or have our silo for these 2 items, and I don't like that so much. So I think we're going to have our other entrance / exit to the storage area right here. We'll figure out something else to put right in that spot, but that's neither here nor there. We're not going to worry about that today. Let's grab our items and let's progress to the next order of business, and that is the XP switch. So we're going to be turning on XP mode here, and that's just going to be an active switch. Maybe we'll carry it all the way over to here as well and light that one up. I think that's probably a good idea. But I wanted to take care of the XP switch before we get into moving minecarts around, just to make sure we've got all of the necessary room. We're not going to be using comparators anymore. We're going to bring out the repeaters. And so what we're going to do is we've got this block, the redstone lamp, is strongly powered by that, what is it, lever on the other side. So we can pull the signal out of that. And what we will do is maybe run that signal here. Okay, and that's going to strongly power that block right here. And then we want to have redstone repeaters coming into our hoppers right here. And that's going to lock these things. And we can already, I'm running into issues here, but we'll just take these and I will worry about those hoppers in just a little bit. So we want the default to be run all the time. And so the default will be XP mode off, lights off, so no signal. And so this is going to be the default position right here. So we'll just come along like so, put another brick right there. Okay, yep, that's what we want. And then we'll just string these along like so. And can we take this maybe like so? We got to make sure that we don't get any weird budding effects either on any of these pistons. So we're going to try to not have any solid blocks carrying a redstone signal. And that's where it will get interesting. Hopefully this will be fine. Good enough. Okay, so we've got enough of a signal coming out of that repeater right there that we can power both redstone lamps. This is a good thing. So now what we're going to do is move on to our minecart rail. Hopefully No, this redstone should not lock these hoppers, but let's just make sure. Let's chuck an item in there. Redstone can't go into... Okay, there we go. That's fine. So redstone can't go into a furnace, so it's not, that hopper's not going to try and push that redstone in. That's why it wasn't going in, but a stick will work just fine. So we'll come along like so, and now we've got to throw some minecart tracks every which way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that off camera. I'm going to get those set up. I'll bring you back and show you what I've ended up with, alright? Do you notice any difference? No, you probably shouldn't, because we haven't been working on this side. We've been working over here. Let's take a look at what I've gotten done. You can see I've carried this design out like we have seen over here in the main storage area. We're going to be continuing that all the way down, kind of a continued theme. We want to keep that going, and to that end we've had to kind of mess with our actual blocks for the minecart track a little bit, but that's fine. We've been able to work around it. But as I said, we've got a bit of a spaghetti bowl going on back here because we've got to make these minecarts fly over a bunch of other redstone circuitry. So here we go. Hopefully it's not too confusing. We've got the fuel line coming in here, the smeltables coming in up here, and so when the minecarts hit this block back here, they will immediately return. So we've got smeltables go on this way. They kind of cycle around and down. You can see that. And then the fuel kind of cycles around and comes back over to this side. So now it's time to put the minecarts on. We'll give it a little test in terms of spreading items evenly. The main thing here, again, like, you know, I don't know if I explained this entirely well, but I've seen a lot of industrial smelters, and some of them will offer the XP mode, but then it's really awkward to get the input and output. And then some will not have XP mode at all, but they'll do the smelting rather quickly. But I want, you know, since this is going to be here for other members of the server, I want to make this as functional as possible. So we've got the input here and over here, and that reminds me what we need to do is actually put item frames on. And I believe, let's just check, let's just make sure. Come over here. Okay, the fuel line is right here and the smeltables are over there. So let's just do that. I've named a couple of items here. We'll do fuel and smeltables, even though there's not much iron ore smelting going on the server because that collection of iron right there. But I think this gets the point across, so there we go. All right, now let's give a test real quick. I'm just going to put in, how about we put in a couple of stacks of coal like this, just to make sure that we need to see 2 bits of coal across each one. Let's do that. It went immediately. Let's see. Do we get some coal in there? Yep, there we go. Okay, so we got 2 bits of coal in each furnace. This is a good thing. And then what we want to see is we're going to just kind of overload the system. No, let's pull this out. Let's empty out the coal, and then we'll do a full system test in just a moment just to show you what's going on. And I want to make sure that the smeltables are getting evenly distributed. So let's come over here. We'll chuck 18 items into there. Okay, so you can hear the pistons going. That's not the most ideal, but we've got a lot of other noisy things going on in this whole little area. Okay, so we got 2 there. Let's just grab them as we can go back like this. Okay, so not too shabby. And then we'll do a full system test like so. Okay. All right, now here we go. Are you ready? Wait, let me get a lot more coal here. We need, you know what? We'll split this. We'll do 3 and 3 and 3. There we go. Okay. So we'll just make sure we put all the 21s in like that. Okay. And then what we're going to do is put in, I've measured out, I think it's 9 stacks here. Let's just make sure we want 1, 2, 3. Oh, we can just easily measure this out. A 3 by 3 grid here in this. Okay. And so we'll get some charcoal going. It did not put any in that one. Okay. Hopefully it is efficient enough to get all the items going across. Okay, I hope so. Alright, well, it's right now we're leaving the charcoal in. Okay, that's fine. Let's turn off XP mode and just watch it roll into here. There we go. That's what we want to see. Alright, while it is doing its thing right now, I'm going to take the time to go off camera for a bit and do some tidying up, because we've got the floor we got to cover in. You can see some of the redstone mechanics behind here. We want to kind of hide that a little bit. Yes, you can hear the piston, but there's no getting around that. We're going to do some tidying up, and I'll bring you back once we've got that done. All right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, when I came back here to do some of that tidying up, I found a problem. It turns out that the XP mode line was actually powering this set of tracks right here. So that means we need to come up with something. Maybe right here. Do that. That should be good. Okay, we got any items in there? Okay, no more items in there. And that means that our minecart should come back around. Nope, it did not get rid of everything. So anyway, I just figured I'd show you that. I'm going to continue tidying this thing up, and we'll see you in just a little bit. Well, I think it's about time to wrap this one up. So here we go. I've got the design for the hallway kind of continuing down that way. We will be working on that in the future, per most of the design type things. We got to get the functionality done, and then we can really turn our attention to how this whole thing is going to look. For this side, I'm not going to make any promises. I've got some ideas for that. We will see if we can come up with something for over there. But for now, I do believe it's time to take a look at our progress on all of that spruce wood we put in here. There we go. 9 stacks of charcoal. Not too shabby. We're going to put that into here, and we'll let the fuel start going in. And then the whole reason why we did this industrial furnace is so we could get some cactus green. So let's get 9 stacks of that. What's that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, there we go. We're going to put 9 stacks in there, and we will let that smelt up, and we'll get some cactus green going, and then we can continue on our way. But that's going to be it for now, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, a like is always appreciated. Why is this one? Oh, we got coal in there for some? That's weird. Anyway, let's put that. Probably from when that minecart got stuck. Anyway, if you enjoyed, a like is always appreciated. And if you haven't done so already, think about subscribing. Make sure that you are up to date with everything going on the channel. That's going to be it for now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.